Hi hungry ones! Today I'm going to show you how to make my personal favorite brownie. Originally, the base of this brownie is the best fudgy brownie from Tasty, which is surprising, but okay. I just did some changes in the base of the recipe and put some nuts, a lot of dark chocolate chunks, and a very nice cream cheese topping. When I started doing the cooking videos, I asked my friends what they wanted to see, and this was by far the most requested. It's perfect because it's very dark and rich from all of the butter and chocolate and nuts, and the cream cheese gives like a saltiness and a tartness that is very welcome here. Let's make it. So we are going to start with 230 grams of chocolate. It can be the chocolate you want, but I'm going to use like darker chocolate because I think it just gives like a different depth to the brownies. And we are going to chop them up like roughly. It doesn't have like to be super well chopped. We are going to get like half of this and melt. I'm gonna melt it in the microwave, but you can melt it the way that you can. So half of it is like to 150, yeah. Now this is going to be the little chunks that are inside the brownie, those delicious little pockets of melted chocolate. You can have half of this as milk chocolate if you want. It can be delicious as well. It's gonna be sweeter, so I prefer having like a darker chocolate. And we are going to melt this with unsalted butter, 170 grams. Everything is going to be in the description box, so don't worry about the measurements now. I like to add it in chunks, just so it melts easier. Okay, that will do. I'm gonna melt all of this and then we'll come back for more. While I'm melting my chocolate in the microwave, I have two things to say. Go and chop it up if you like, and if you're not allergic, some delicious nuts of your preference. Here at home we really enjoy like brownies with walnuts or pecans, but I prefer walnuts for brownies. I chopped roughly the same amount of the chocolate chunks that are going inside, so it's around 115 grams. If you never melted chocolate at home, a good way to not burn it in the microwave is just to do like little rounds of 30 seconds, and then you like stir it a bit, and then more 30 seconds, and stir it a little bit more, so you don't burn it. And don't forget that you don't have like to melt like 100%, because the residual heat of the bowl and the chocolate and the butter itself will continue melting for a while. So if there are like little chunks still, you can continue mixing. See if they don't melt, you can put a little bit more, but never burn your chocolate. It's painful. So here I have my chocolate and butter melted, and as you can see, it still has like little chunks of butter, but if I continue stirring, they all melt beautifully. So now I'll put this to the side, and we're going to measure 160 grams of sugar. I always pass a bit, so here I have 160 grams of sugar, and I'm going to whisk 2 eggs just until it becomes like beautiful and kind of start to get fluffy. I usually don't break the eggs right on top of what I'm cooking, but I'm gonna do that now. Two eggs, and let's whisk it. Just very well whisked. If your chocolate is already cold, you can put it together. If it's not, don't. Just let it cool a little bit to the touch, or you will have like beautiful chocolate scrambled eggs. You don't want that. I hope. I really do hope. So just put it here. Don't waste anything, guys. And now we are gonna whisk these two together once again. It already looks so good. Okay. Now what I need, 100 grams of flour. I'm gonna use a pizza flour because it's what I have. If you can use all-purpose flour, it's better. But 100 grams is not that much, so it might not be that. But I know that it's hard to find flour here. I'm pretty sure it's hard to find flour right now in other places as well. And 30 grams of cocoa powder. A little pinch of salt. Okay. Now I'm gonna whisk this. If you like to put vanilla, you can. I have an old vanilla pod that I should be using, so might be the time for it. I'm gonna use like half of this little pod for the chocolate part and half of it for the cream cheese part. I just switched it for a wooden spoon because it's easier to mix. So here is how it is. Beautiful. And I'm going to throw in the chopped nuts and the chopped chocolate bits. So, and mix it. So this is our brownie dough, and we're going to make the cream cheese topping now. Come with me. So let's go to the cream cheese cheesecake-ish part. I have one packet of cream cheese. It is 175 grams. And let's put it in here so we can mix it. Okay, then with a fork I'm going to just whisk it around a bit. Then I'm going to put the rest of our vanilla. You can use regular vanilla extract. You don't have to use the pod. You can do whatever you want, actually. There are no rules. Now I just added 20 grams of sugar and I'm gonna add 1 egg yolk. So of course. You can separate it by hand if you're not squeamish about it. That's what I usually do. Just whisk everything. So as you can see, it gets like a little bit more, a little looser. Now, let's put it all together. I need to preheat my oven that I completely forgot. So now I'm going to show you how I usually like do the whole prepping thing with the baking paper. The baking paper here comes like this and you can cut it. I will do like around here. I'm not gonna just fold it because I think it's a waste of baking paper. And so it can stay in place, I'm just gonna put like 4 little things of the cream cheese. And just so it sticks like a little bit. Our beautiful heavy brownie mixture. With this, I have to be very honest and say that I never found like the best way to dollop it in here, but I just do like a few thingies. And you can also put like a layer of the brownie, a layer like of this and a layer of the brownie on the top. But I really enjoy when it's like little chunks of this cream cheese thingy thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw this in the oven and we'll be back in 20-25 minutes tops. So let's see how this is looking right now. Okay, still a little bit hot to do this, maybe. As you can see, this is not a fat-free zone. But, so this stayed about 25 minutes in the oven, 180 degrees. Let's cut a piece of it so you can see on the inside. Still very warm, so it's gonna be a little bit ooey gooey. When it sets, it gets a little bit firmer. So, look at this. Look at this bucket of chocolate. It's a bit warm, so it's not fully set. But when it sets, it's like the fudgiest, most delicious thing ever. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Eat a lot of chocolate because why not? It's everything we have. And wash your hands and have a lot of fun. And see you next time. Bye! Você quer brownie? Do you want some brownie? Look at this. Chocolaty, delicious thing.